Hello everyone, and today, depending when you're watching this, I actually have a little different video for you. Originally, I was going to do the next episode of Why Did You Why, but the rainstorm kind of ruined that. So instead, I would like to do a what if video for Digimon. And this what if is, what if Agumon had a wicked variation? Now, when I say wicked variation, I mean sort of like a corrupted, but not like corrupted where he changes completely, but he looks still like Agumon, but he's kind of got different features. And to do this, we're gonna start with Koromon. Now, this Koromon is a special Koromon. You could say it's kind of a reject Koromon. It's not peach pink, it's more pale, pale white. And his eyes are more like a violet, purple-ish color. And the reason is, this Koromon was born different from the other Koromon. And the other Koromon teased and bullied him and said he didn't belong. Which you would think Koromon wouldn't be like this. But Digimon is unpredictable. As many seasons and series and all that have shown, and recently Digimon Survive has shown. So, why wouldn't there be a clan of Koromon that are bullies if you look different? Now, when he digivolves into Agumon, but not a regular looking Agumon. This Agumon, he has a Geogreymon horn on his snout. When he digivolved it basically grew out of his nose and stuff. And he found this cape. He put the cape over his shoulders. Now, he don't know where this cape came from or who it belonged to, but whoever it did belong to, it is no longer allowed. Sorry, my nose keeps clogging up. It's messing up with my thought process. But anyways, that person's thing is no longer around, so he took it for himself. And he thought to himself, the Koromon did not like me because I was different, and now I'm even more different. So, why not give them what they want and kill them for not liking how I am? And this is exactly what he did. He slaughtered his whole village of Koromon. And after doing that, he went on. And at first he was content with that. But then after killing those Koromon, he wanted to kill more Digimon. He felt powerful. He wanted to feel more powerful. So, this is exactly what he did. He started attacking more Digimon and started killing more and more until Digidestined started showing up. Then he started killing them and killing more and then battling and killing until he digivolves again into Greymon. But this is where I went a little different for Agumon as well. Instead of a Geo Greymon, even though that's what his sword is basically hinted at, or a regular Greymon, or Greymon Blue, or, well, you can't really go Greymon Blue for him because he's not Agumon Black. But because he's Wicked Agumon, you would think that would be a split evolution for him, but no. Well, I guess you could say this is a altered version of Greymon Blue. A lot of people have said this Greymon is like that, but everyone calls it Greymon 2010. And the reason why I went with Greymon 2010 for this evolution is because, well, I've always wanted to see a completely different variation for an Agumon evolution that wasn't just like, oh, Greymon or Geo Greymon, or if you went for the Black Agumon, you would go Blue Greymon. I wanted to see something a bit different, so I figured, let's go Greymon 2010 for this route. And as most of y'all know, Greymon 2010 actually doesn't evolve from Agumon. But I might do that for like another video or something. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But anyways, don't let me keep yammering on here. So this Greymon, looking different from other Greymons, of course. Although, this wouldn't matter for the Greymons. But still, he felt wanting more power and more. But it was kind of eating away at him. But he ignored it at first. And he kept killing and destroying other Digimon and even killing more Digidestined when they would ride into the digital world. He felt good doing this. And it just made him enjoy it. And it was just perfect for him. He felt like this is what he was meant to do. Now, for his ultimate... Sorry, my nose. His ultimate is Skull Greymon. Now, the reason why I went with Skull Greymon is Skull Greymon, as y'all know, in Season 1 of Digimon Adventure, Agumon, when he digivolves from Greymon for his first ultimate, is Skull Greymon. And the reason why this is basically it's mistreatment, anger, overfeeding. If you're going world logic, which that's basically what they did in Adventure. They went world logic when Tai kept overfeeding Agumon. Now, this logic, the reason why he became Skull Greymon, is because of all the killing and eating people and stuff like that corrupted his body. And as I mentioned, when he was Greymon 2010, it was eating away at him slowly, and this is the result of it. Now, most of y'all would probably think, oh, it's Skull Greymon, so he's gonna use Messengermon. No. As much as I love Messengermon, I'm not using Action for his Mega or his Ultra. And the reason this is because I wanted to kind of go a different route. especially with Agumon Wicked being wicked. So after Skull Greymon continues his terror, he finally digivolves into his Mega form. But this Mega form, having no type, it scared the other Digimon. It even made them fear and try to sacrifice the younger Digimon to it for their safety. And this reason is, it's Abandonmon. I think I'm saying that right, Abandonmon? Yeah, Abandonmon. The reason I'm going with Abandonmon is, again, due to how I have created this whole storyline, basically, for Wicked Agumon. It fits his character. And I feel like this evolution for his Mega would be perfect. Now, you can't have Abandonmon without Abandonmon Core. But I'll get to that in a second. Now, I'll get off my screen. Abandonmon, he kept his destruction going, but now with his tentacles buried into the digital world, he was basically eating the digital world, and it was falling apart. And to pull a little bit from Digimon Adventure 2020, Omnimon Alter S comes and it fights Abandonmon. But I'm gonna put a little switch on this. But Abandonmon, of course, being a big tentacle-like monster, was having trouble. So he knew he had to show his true self. And this is where his Ultra comes in. Abandonmon Core. Now, when Abandonmon Core comes, he's more conscious of what he's doing, but he still wants that destruction. And he remembers when he's a Coremon, and he could feel the Greymon line running through Omnimon Alter S. And he hated him for that. So, Abandonmon Core and Omnimon Alter S got into a fight. Well, continued their fight, I should say. Continued their fight. But instead of Omnimon Alter S winning, Abandonmon surprisingly wins. That hatred for his own kind is what, well, his former kind, because he's still an unknown type and he doesn't belong to any category anymore. But his hatred for his own former kind proved to be stronger than Omnimon's will to prefer protection. And this is how what was I saying? Oh, and this is how Wicked Agumon's origin comes to an end as well. And he becomes a Digi-Egg once again. And once again, when that Digi-Egg hatches, that unique Coremon once again is there. And the cycle restarts. So that's my what if for Digimon. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and maybe Karn Senpai sees this. But anyways, I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, depending on how you're watching this. Well,